Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Bittery's Midnight Session Season 4. And oh my god, y'all, I am such an idiot because I forgot to press record sa aking, video recording software, whatever. But anyway, sorry guys, ito yung pinakabagong episode na mare-record ko. Like, parang lahat ng mga past episodes, I think, starting from May, was pre-recorded or I already had topics. And yung pinakahuli was yung latest episode, episode 17. No, was that episode 16 or 17? I'm a bit clueless, y'all. I think it was 17. Kasi yun yung pinaka-recent. So, this is the first new episode in a while. In like weeks? So, you know, it's weird. It's weird. But here we are, and I just feel like there is something na hindi ako sigurado eh. I'm at the point kasi na I like my anonymity. I like being at home. Siguro, like, ayoko nang lumabas ng bahay to the point na ayokong lumabas to the point na hanggang kwarto lang, kumbaga. Ganun kalala. I wouldn't say that I'm a recluse or whatever. Hindi ko rin sure if I could even be a recluse. But for the most part kasi is I'm just doing a lot of gaming, streaming. Ngayon, writing again. I've been writing. I don't even know like how I'm not sure how to describe it. Pero in a weird, I wouldn't say impulse decision. It wasn't an impulse decision. Parang it was something na nag-aalangan ako for a little bit. And then I ultimately decided to go. So there was this event. For those who don't remember, sa season 1 kasi, I think it was season 1, there was a time na I was talking about my circumstances and all that. I just don't remember kasi yung first season kasi, except for a few episodes, were live kasi siya. So, hindi ko maaalala din kung ano mga pinag-usapan namin that time. So, ito yung naalala ko, parang I was talking about how advisor ko siya. Indeed. I'm trying to remember, pero the gist is, ewan ko na lang din kung napag-usapan to sa MMS or someplace else. Hindi ko maalala. Pero, nung grade 12 ako, I had a lovely advisor. I wouldn't say, like, he invited me to this church. I mean, hindi pala invited. I invited myself into that church. And Siguro, kasi part of it was like, may crush ako sa tao. Pero this was already at a time frame na meron na akong jowa. So, matagal na kaming, I'd say na matagal na kami. Um, matagal na kaming, friends would be a stretch, but like, yung relationship was more like, very casual. So, yes, I have a lot of respect for the man. So, hi. But anyway, I went to the church for the first time. And this was like 2018. I'm not sure. I think it was. And the irony about that is, gabi na yun. And I was just like curious kasi, kumbaga nga sa everything about you, I wanna keep knowing you better. 'Di ba? And na-curious ako kasi parang may may parang support group or something, I don't know, that he meets after class, and I was curious about it. And parang dun ako I wouldn't say nahila. Again, it was more of I invited myself. Being the endlessly curious cat that I am, I invited myself. And knowing na hindi kasi ako yung, like, the way that I gain friends is weird kasi I don't have genuine friends, like people that I could call friends, na alam niyo yun, parang kaedaran ko. I only have one person practically on the same age demographic as I am, and it was just so, like, syempre gusto ko rin naman makahanap ng 'di ba, ng friends na kaedaran ko. And ang ending, I mean, my advisor ironically is the same age as my brother, one of my brothers. So, yeah, and parang alam mo yun, like, there was just like a few years between us, being a one-liner, kasi parang oddly enough, mga kaedaran niya din yung mga nandun. Kaedaran niya. So, and they were also working people. So, different fields yun. And wala, parang, why did I click more with them than I did my own peers? And it was really strange. I kid you not, it was really strange. And I've always found it strange that, like, the people na talagang I feel like really formed a bond with me were either people that are younger than me or older than me. As long as meron silang age gap between me and the other person. It's just so fucking weird. And yes, for first time watchers and listeners of this podcast, there will be a lot of cursing. Forgive me. It's just the way it is. Forgive me, people. It's just the way it is. And I've always found myself different. Like, I've always had a different wavelength than practically everyone else. That's why siguro I'm somebody who tends to be lonely a lot. Like, I'm someone who is almost always alone, traveling alone, working alone, streaming alone. God. Playing alone. Ganon. Oo. And at the same time, parang ako din yung nasa point na, wala namang wala namang, wala namang, wala namang maglalast. So that's kind of like the belief that I've had for a long time. And I wouldn't say I joined. I was more observing than, I was observing more than I was immersing. I tend to observe muna kasi. And tinitignan ko kung okay, pwede pa itong papasukin. Because just for people's consumption, wow. Just for a little bit of info, I've always had like big walls. And they're near unbreakable. So, absolutely formidable walls. It's crazy. And pag hindi sila nakapasok doon, edi doon lang sila sa labas. Walang makakasira nung pader na yun. Kasi parang iba-iba yung, parang kumbaga procedural yung generation. Procedural yung generation niya. Kada tawag dito, kada sira mo ng pader, mag-generate na naman siya ng panibagong pader. Ganun yun. Like, that's how I would probably want to, to allude, parang, ganun ko siya i-compare. Procedurally generated na pader. Ganun siya. So, hindi ko rin talaga alam if like, worth it ba tong taong to? Are they gonna break my trust? If I let them in, can I trust them with my secrets? And like, yung pinaka malalalim kong iniisip, 'di ba? Ang daming factors na pwede mong isipin when you enter a relationship, a friendship, whatever. Yun kasi yun, parang may tendency din ako na okay, sige, nakatanggap na to ng enough information. Pwede na natin siyang i-evict sa bahay ni kuya. Ganon. And how was that? Like, I'm gonna be forward here now that I'm a pretty inconsistent person. Nakakatawa kasi academically, parang yun yung isang bagay na sabihin na natin na maintain ko throughout. It's my inconsistency. May times na committed ako sa isang bagay and then the next it's like, okay, pwede ka na dyan sa cabinet. And then hindi ko na siya papakilaman. Nandun lang siya. Ganon. For example, ganito, like, sabihin natin, Roblox, kasi I'm watching a Grow a Garden stream. Kunwari, Roblox. Nung inintroduce sa akin ng pamangkin ko yung Roblox, the first game I played was Dead Rails. And then, I did Dress to Impress. And then, sabi nung pamangkin ko, Tita, Grow Garden tayo. That became my new obsession. And then, I also had the Novo Ice figure skating game. And, ano pa ba? Peta Peta. I played Peta Peta with my niece. Yung ganon, like, pero ang pinaka, ano talaga, is Dead Rails and Dress to Impress, magkasama yun. Din nalipat yung, ano ko, sa, yung hyperfixation ko sa Grow a Garden. Yung ganon, hindi talaga ako, like, I would play Dead Rails every day. Nearly every day. Like, kung nakita niyo yung past streams ko, I would play that every day. And then ngayon, syempre, pang naano na ako, Go Garden naman. And that's what I'm playing. And, ganun ako guys, ka-inconsistent. Akads, inconsistent. Sa paglalabas at pagsusulat ng kanta, inconsistent. Kahit nga sa paglalabas at pagre-record ng podcast na to, inconsistent. So, there is really one thing na feel ko constant sa akin. And it's really being an inconsistent person. So, I can't really say if I want to commit unless, I really want to commit. Or, another reason for that could be the fact na may season pa. May panahon ang isang bagay na hindi natin madidikta na alam mo yung parang okay, goods na ako dito. Parang kumbaga it's like being in a cocoon. Tapos paglabas mo, butterfly ka na. Parang ganun. Parang, ewan ko guys kung nagmamatch yung analogy ko sa train of thought ko ngayon. Ganun siya ka. It's just crazy how wild my imagination is and how it goes practically places. But the elephant in the room is the event that I went to earlier today. I stayed in that, kasi, I stayed consistent for like a few months. I think I lasted nearly a year. Di ko sigurado. Pero alam ko, nakatagal din ako doon. Naalala ko nga, sabi ko, I was at a point na parang, mako-convert na si bakla. But again, as much as I'm Catholic, I'm also kind of an open person din to different religions. Hindi ako yes, I'm Catholic, but I'm not practicing. Yes, I graduated in a Catholic school, but I curse. 'Di ba? May parang paradox doon na one thing can be true and the other thing can be true as well for somebody, 'di ba? Na parang ang naalala ko nga ang stereotype nila sa Catholic school is banal. Pero hindi ako ganun. I am the farthest thing from a holy person. And ako kasi parang nakikita ko rin na kung sino pa yung mga banal, sila pa, like, okay, nagbabanal, simba-simba, worship, ganyan. Pero gago naman pala. O, diba, like, hindi, parang pinapangatawanan mo na, parang nagiging performative siya. And I don't want people like that in my life, ever. I don't want a performative person. That's bullshit. I can call bullshit on that. may parang detector ako sa ganyan. So, ayoko talaga ng ganong kind of mannerism. And what's funny is this event was like my first since I kind of stopped. That was like pre-pandemic eh. Ang alam ko is pre-pandemic yun. So I think around early 2020. So it's been like 5 years. And parang ang nangyari dun was parang I think like it was starting from this first semester hanggang graduate. Something like that. Then nag-stop na ako after. Kasi no. Hindi pala 2020. It was 2019. So, yep. It was early 2019, pre-pandemic. Before ako nag-college eh. Si grade 12 yun nangyari. So, yes, it has been really 6 years since I stopped going to that church. And that's not because of the fact na I'm not like a Catholic talaga. Parang the thing is parang I'm just not that kind of a person, I guess. So again, I'm there to observe din. I'm really there to observe. Nothing more, nothing less. Kasi curiosity always kills the cat. So, yun yung ano ko. Sorry, guys. So, yun yung parang mindset ko coming into these kinds of commitments is that I would always observe. Hindi ako like, may times, yes, I am reckless, but I'm not that kind of reckless na na hindi ko muna pag-aaralan or are the people here like genuinely good people, like parang ang pinaka question dun is would they be able to handle really sensitive stuff, because they aren't gonna like that, like hindi naman, again, like this is like the case with my professors na hindi lahat ng tao makakapag-handle ng ganong bagay. And that is the reason why I have kept things to myself all this time, na baka kasi yung ibang yung taong kausap ko ay hindi naman niya alam how to be a fucking empathetic person. Empathy is asking for too much. Like, babaan na natin yung standard at sabihin na nating disenteng tao. Ganon lang yun. Like, you don't have to be empathetic. Hindi mo kailangang ipasok yung isip mo. Like, hindi mo kailangang imagine what happened. No! All you need is for the person, the other person, to feel like naiintindihan sila, yung weight ng story nila matters. And I don't know about you, but that's also one of the key things that I really, really want in a friendship. Kasi yung mga bagay na pinagsasabi ko, hindi lang naman ako, like, yes, people know me as the social butterfly. People know me as, like, very friendly and all that bullshit. But, yun lang yung nakikita nila. Yun yung irony. Kasi yung hindi nila nakikita, the mind, the thinking of the person, the way that they see things, iba yun. It's like night and day ba? Na hindi naman porket masayang tao, yun na yung default mo. There are people like me na magaling magtago ng nararamdaman nila. And then when the dam breaks, when you share your most intimate conversations with someone, tapos hindi naman pala nila alam kung paano i-handle yun. Hindi nila alam na i-recognize. Yun na lang eh. You don't have to be empathetic. You just have to recognize yung bigat para sa tao na sabihin yung ganung kwento. And when you are inside the room, it's weird. I know. Na parang yung tipo ng kwarto, like, it is a large area, diba? And then, parang, you don't even know who's gonna recognize you. You don't even know who's gonna talk to you. May katabi ka nga, parang, they try to, do their own thing. I respect that. I mean, I don't really give a fuck about what you're doing. Except siguro when it matters to me, like, when it involves me. But I don't give a damn about that shit, And parang ang gusto kong iparating is mahirap magpapasok ng tao. Tapos, they don't really know how to bear the weight of your story. You don't know how to help them carry the weight. What was even the point? Friends are, like, syempre, pero, syempre, hindi naman pwede na ikaw lang lagi yung magpapabuhat ng bangko, di ba? You have to also see it the other way around. You have to help them carry the load as well. Yun yung dun eh. The core of a friendship and the core of any relationship is that you help carry each other's burdens and you recognize how heavy it is. And especially for personal stuff, you recognize how courageous it is, how heavy the weight of the other person must have carried for them na i-open yun. Tapos, parang maiparamdam sa kanila na, o sige, buhatin natin yan. Kahit saglit lang. And, with how incredibly, I wouldn't say devastating, kasi it wasn't a surprise. My PTSD diagnosis wasn't a surprise. It's something that I've known and I've suspected for a long time. Way before I even consulted a doctor about it. It was a suspicion na alam ko na meron ako. I just needed a confirmation. Pero ang hirap din pala maging impostor sa kwarto na, yes, may kilala kang tao. Pero iba yung wavelength nila. Iba yung, I wouldn't say the vibe. Just that it was different in a whole new level. It was just so fucking weird. It was weird. It's really weird. Na okay, may timeline kayo. May timeline din naman ako. But like, parang ako, di ko matanggap na they've moved forward and I'm still standing on the edge of a cliff. Na konting, ano na lang, like, kung lilindol ba, malay mo, magkaroon ng landslide. Konting maling tapak lang, maling galaw mo lang, deads ka na. Yun yung ano eh, yun yung analogy. And, hindi mo, like, kaya sabihin na natin na maganda ang intention ng tao there. They have all the good things na pwede mong i-accept in a relationship or a friendship. Hindi mo pa rin alam kung ano yung pinagdadaanan nila. Hindi mo rin alam kung ano yung season nila. Hindi mo alam kung ma-outgrow mo sila. Hindi mo alam kung ano bang what's next after this. May patutunguhan ba? Hindi mo rin alam eh. So you have to ride the wave. And malay mo, may mga tao din palang magiging masaya pag nakita ka nila. Like they genuinely, really genuinely are happy to see you. I think that's what I've been missing kasi. Na parang masaya sila kasi it's me. You know, like can you blame me for not feeling like I exist? Like, parang multo lang ako. Ganon, like, parang ako multo. Nandyan lang ako. I'm just lurking around the corner and all that stuff. I know. And hindi ma-realize nung mga tao na she's been gone for 5 years. Have we heard from her? I heard she released an album, an extended play. I heard she wrote us. I heard she wrote a lot of stuff. Fucking hell, she even got into an international screenwriting festival. Like, can you imagine that? That is crazy, y'all. And yes, that last part is real. I did get into an international screenwriting festival. Not many people know that. I did post about it on social media, pero dinilit ko rin sa FB. Nasa Twitter ko lang siya nag-e-exist. Nag-e-exist lang siya. Tatanong nila, kamusta ka? Ano nangyari sa'yo? I mean, come the fuck on. It's been 5 years, people. Of course, they will catch up with you. How have you been doing? It's been a few months. It's been a few years. It's been a long time. You know, that kind of stuff. And may kirot. May mga tao na makakakilala sa'yo. May mga tao na hindi ka makikilala. Nagbago ka na ba ng mukha? Nagbago ka na ba ng itsura? Nagbago lang naman ako ng salamin. Nag-ayos lang naman ako. Like, mula ulo hanggang paa. Nag-ayos lang ako. I just did my usual makeup and all that stuff. I just styled myself like usual. You know, that kind of shit. And everyone that I know na nakakita sa akin were like, "Oh my God! Hi! Damn, you showed up!" You know, like, I'm just thinking, like, what the hell, that stinks. What the hell, that stinks. It was like, bitch, you were gone for 5 years, man. Like, we haven't heard from you for a long, long time. And this is how you show up. How you been? You know. Yun yung usual na tanong, diba? But like, if they would ever ask na, kamusta ka? Really? Listen to this podcast. And I will tell you everything. I don't want to explain shit that I already explained in God knows how many episodes have I already done on this. No, seriously, like, how many episodes have I already done? This is now episode number 18, y'all. This is episode number 18. I have like 17 episodes for season 3. I have also 17 episodes for season 2. And I have 13. Tapos ang ano lang, from 9 to 13, season 1. Oh, diba? Parang, alam niyo yun, like, nandito na lahat, mga bakla. You just have to search your Spotify, people. You have to search my YouTube. You have to search my Apple Pod. You have to search my Spotify. It's there, you know? Like, sabi nga nila, wherever your podcasts are, listen to wherever you listen to your podcast. Charot lang. Pero kasi, may mga bagay na ang hirap i-explain ng paulit-ulit. And you have a tendency to dissociate from it. Parang ang galing nga kasi, sabi nung isa, high functioning, but I think in reality, I just intellectualize a lot of things. I haven't really felt shit, you know. And if I did, they were sporadic moments. Sabi nga nung advisor ko kanina, ang hirap naman yan kasi ganito ganyan. Parang, it's about my thesis, by the way. Hirap naman yan kasi yung research mo, it was meant to be hard. I meant to be really hard on myself. Can you blame me? Kasi, again, I've reiterated this time and time again over the course of this podcast. And it's really because gusto ko not just to I don't want to just graduate with a thesis na sabihin nila makakatulong sa body of knowledge. I don't like that term, by the way. Na makakatulong sa body of knowledge. Pero, it's not just body of knowledge bullshit. I also think it should be something na genuinely passionate, and something that you desperately want answers for. And for me, it's that. It's how the fucking hell am I reacting so strangely to things na dapat hindi naman, uh, that wouldn't be, you know, triggering to other people. That wouldn't mean a lot, you know. It should be mundane. Come on, like, I don't like being touched. Okay? It makes me uncomfortable, okay? Like, I don't like touch. I do like touching people. Yes, I don't like being touched. That can coexist, y'all. So, sorry. Kasi, ako may mahilig yumakap ng tao. Ako yung mahilig uh, I'm physically affectionate, kumbaga. Pero ako din yung ayaw. Alam niyo yun. Na ang hirap na ang dami mong pinagdaanan over the course of these 5 years. And people would still, like, naiisip ko nga kanina, are people that happy to see me? Are they really happy to see me? Parang nag-aalangan ako kasi part of me is like, okay, what is going on? This is so weird. Like, this is strange. I don't like this. And the other me is like, oh, yay! I'm recognized. I'm not as anonymous as I think. You know, like, again, sa mga nakausap ko kanina and sa mga hindi ko nakausap kanina, I'm sorry, guys. I wish I just covered my sorry ass up kasi honestly, people, I don't really want to be recognized. Like, ayoko nga may makakilala sa akin. Ang gusto ko lang, hopefully, it is that even when I feel that way, I still hope someone does. And I still hope they be happy to see me. And you know, you never know when it lifts up someone's spirit. At especially ngayon na alam niyo yun, parang ano na ako ulit. Nandun na ako sa brink of ruin. If it hasn't already happened. So, I guess I just wanna thank them. Marami kasi sila. Kasi, I was wondering a lot, you know, being borderline invisible, na people do appreciate my presence, you know, being the way I am, na, yes, may pagkaloko-loko ko. Yes, may element ako where I curse a lot. Pero beyond that, they see a person as, you know, who they are. And they appreciate na kung ano pa rin ako noon, kung ano ako noon, yun pa rin ako ngayon. It never changed, and they still see me as the wacky bitch. And I'm just happy that they did. You know, kahit na I'm at a time where I really wanted to hide. I'm just happy, really. I'm just so freaking happy. And Oh my god. That ends today's Midori Midnight sessions. I'm sorry I rambled too much. I needed to get this out while it's fresh in my mind. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.